Apple announcing some big-time products yesterday in Cupertino, California. You know our gadget guy, Mike Yanni, would not miss something that big. Mike, the only Canadian television journalist to get his hands on the new devices. He joins us live from California. Mike, the only Canadian television journalist to see U2 yesterday morning.
Yeah, you know what? I've got to tell you, it was pretty incredible just to see who was all there. It was full of celebrities there, Ted. I mean, we had actually, to tell you a funny story, we were in line to get our hands on some of the devices, and I'm sitting there and I'm waiting, and this lady in front of me, she's taking forever, and I couldn't figure out what's going on. And then finally she leaves, and one of the fashion bloggers says, "Oh, Gwen Stefani finally left, hey?" Gwen Stefani was there. Members of the Black Eyed Peas were there. U2 was there. So I mean, it was incredible. Everyone was excited. Even the celebs were mingling, getting their hands on the devices afterwards. So I tried them out. Let's talk about the iPhones first. Two new iPhones announced, the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus. And the first thing, Ted, I got to say is the screens are bigger. The iPhone 6 has a 4.7-inch screen. The iPhone 6 Plus has a 5.5-inch screen. The normal phone has a 4-inch screen, so they are bigger. But when you hold it in your hands, it doesn't feel that big. It's the way Apple designed them. The edges are nice and rounded, so they feel nice. Even the 6 Plus feels really nice in the single hand. So I got to give them credit. They did a really good job of designing the devices so they don't feel as big as some of the competitor phones. They've strengthened the glass. It's ion strengthened glass. It's not the sapphire glass I think we were hoping for, but they say it is more scratch resistant, more durable, better camera, better processor, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. But I think what a lot of people are talking about is this feature Apple announced called Apple Pay. So there's near-field communication built into the top of the device. And so you can bring that to the cash register, you tap it, you automatically pay, and you walk away. The one catch there is that Apple Pay is coming to the U.S. in October. We don't know if it's coming to Canada. I'm sure at some point it will launch, but we'll see. Right now, U.S. only. And of course, who knows if Apple can actually make mobile payments take off. Google tried it in the past, so we'll see if this really takes off. We should probably talk about the iWatch as well, because I think that was kind of the surprise of the day. People thought that Apple was going to announce a wearable. Well, they sure did, but no one knew what it was going to look like. Let's take a look at it. So I think we have some video there. I've got to say, this feels more like a piece of high-end jewelry than a gadget. It's not really made of plastic and things like that. It's made of metal. It's made of leather. There's a number of different kinds of the iWatches. You can make calls. You can send messages. There's a heart rate sensor on there, so you can go running, and it'll tell you, you know, how far you've run, your elevation, you know, and of course your heart rates. You can also make payments through Apple Pay with it, but there's one thing we do have to point out with the Apple Watch. You need to pair it with an iPhone. You have to own an iPhone 5 or newer iPhone, and you have to pair it up. With them not paired together, a lot of the features are disabled on the Apple Watch. So something to keep in mind if you are looking forward to the Apple Watch, which comes out apparently next year. You're going to have to buy an iPhone as well. You've got to have both together. But I will say, overall, I'm fairly impressed, Ted, with the devices. I think Apple did a pretty good job, and a lot of people were definitely excited to get their hands on the devices afterwards.
All right, good stuff. Our Mike Yanni live in Cupertino, California. Thank you, Mike. Get some rest. I know it's early in the morning on the West Coast today. Busy man over the last 24 hours.